In this video, I'm going to show you how to restore a course site that you have backed up. You would go into your new course site. This is just an example site. I named it new course site. But, let's say you're backing up something from spring of 2015 and you want to reuse it in spring of 2020. You can open up your spring 2020 course site and do the restore there, and then just tweak it and turn it into the way you really want the course to be. Or maybe you really want to create some kind of just a repository in a sense, just holding a bunch of old stuff from prior courses. And in that case, you would ask me to create you just a site. I would call it, John Smith's backed up course materials or something like that. And then you would restore the course contents into that site. You would come into the new course site and you would come to restore. In the default course theme, it's going to be right here to the side. If you are using Boost or Snap, it's going to be a gear up here in the corner. Restoring is a little more complex than backing up. If you recall with backup, you just kind of clicked back up and jumped to last step and you were done. And that's because restoring gives you some choices on how you handle the restoring and whether or not you want to actually bring everything over. When you clicked on Restore, you're going to see the courses that you have created backups for being stored right down here. And when we're done with this restoration process, it might make a lot of sense to let me know that you're done so that I can get rid of any backups that you no longer need, because those take up space also, and there's no point in having lots of versions of the same thing sitting around. Okay, so here I am in my backup area, and this is the one that I want to restore, so I just click on Restore. And once I do that, it's going to open up a menu. It's going to look a lot like prior ones, but it has to kind of churn through the content first, and that can take a second, particularly if it's a larger course site. This is all going to take longer than it did to create the backup in the first place. It needs to unzip some things. All right, backup detail, backup settings, you can ignore that, This is just telling you what all's in this. We do not, the backup process, nor does the restore process bring over user information, so it won't have your students. All right, down we go, all the way at the bottom. This is a pretty big site, and I just click continue. A lot of continue here. Now, where do you want to restore this to? There is actually a process to create an entirely new course during this step, and I'm not going to work through that process exactly here, but to do so, you just decide what semester you want to put it in, or if you want to put it in no semester, it would just go in this one called Courses, and then at that point, I would just click Continue. Now, because you needed to come into a course site to initiate this process, we're actually going to do it down here instead, restoring it into the course site we're in. This one, I've called it new course site. But then it wants to know, all right, if you're restoring it into this course site, do you want to merge it into this course? So that means add it to what's already there, or do you want to overwrite what's already there and then restore it? Generally speaking, if the idea is to replace a new course site, replace Spring 2019 course with this older one, then you're going to want to delete the contents and just plop this entire new course. If you're creating a repository for yourself with a lot of materials and that's the site you've gone into, you'll want to do a merge. Okay, so I'm going to click Continue now. Be sure to click the Continue that's in that section that you're using. And then now it's like Restore settings. Again, you can't really change a lot of this, so just ignore it, click Next. And then it's going to say, what do you really want to bring over? Do you want to bring over, and you just ignore this up here, do you really want to bring over all of these sections, or do you just want to bring over some of them? So let's say I decide I don't want to bring over that, and I don't want to bring over that, but I do want to bring over all this stuff that's related to the semester. So I'm going to go ahead and everything there. And then it's like, oh, wait. I don't really need this last little section. And what else? Like maybe there was something that wasn't going to happen, like a whole week wasn't going to happen. Or I had decided that, oh yeah, I wasn't going to do these quizzes anymore, so I'm going to uncheck that. Just Just pick what you want and then do next. And then it just confirms this is everything that's coming. There's a whole lot of scrolling and nexting, and then you perform restore. This can take a while depending on how large the site is. Okay, I paused my video so you didn't get to see the bar climb all the way up to 100%, but it took about a minute and a half. No point in my just small talking during that whole time. When you're done, you're going to see this. The course was restored successfully. Sometimes you might see a red bar with a warning of some sort. The most common reason for that is that there is a link within the course site to another location in the course site, and when you do a backup and restore, it changes the locations. So if you had any relative links internal in your site, it doesn't happen very often. If you do have a problem, it's okay. Go ahead and click continue and move forward, and then just let me know what you saw, so that I'm aware if there was enough of an issue that I need to take a look at it. I'm going to say continue. And it's done. New course site now has the old course site in it, and that's all it takes to restore a course in Moodle.